Imagine walking down a familiar street in your neighborhood, and just behind that ordinary-looking building lies a nightmare. This is the chilling reality that police in Lagos State have just uncovered. A sophisticated kidnapper's den hidden in plain sight, masquerading as a traditional shrine in the heart of Idimu. The Nigeria Police Force has uncovered a den disguised as a shrine at the Idimu area in Alimosho local government area of Lagos State. Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Mushod Jimuhu, led journalists on a tour of the premises located along Pipeline Road, revealing that no fewer than 13 suspects who were members of a notorious one-chance and kidnapping syndicate operating in the state were arrested during the raid. Let that sink in for a moment. 13 individuals, operating what appeared to be a harmless spiritual center, were running one of the most feared criminal operations terrorizing Lagos residents. The one-chance phenomenon has become synonymous with urban horror in Nigeria's commercial capital, and this discovery pulls back the curtain on just how organized these criminal networks have become. For those unfamiliar with the term, one chance involves violent crime syndicates that terrorize commuters across the city, exploiting Lagos's overcrowded public transport system. Criminals pose as legitimate bus operators, picking up unsuspecting passengers who believe they are boarding regular public transport. Once inside, victims find themselves trapped with criminals who rob them at knife point, assault them, or worse, kidnap them for ransom. Alimosho is a local government area in Lagos State with the largest population of about 4,082,900. Over 4 million people living in one administrative area, going about their daily lives, and somewhere among them, criminals were operating a kidnapping factory behind the facade of a shrine. This sprawling urban landscape provides perfect cover for criminal elements to hide in plain sight. If you are finding this breakdown informative, take a second to hit that like button. It helps the channel reach more people who need to stay informed about what is happening in our communities. The discovery of this shrine-disguised den speaks to the psychological warfare these criminals wage. By hiding behind the veneer of traditional worship, they likely deterred curious neighbors and potential witnesses. After all, who would question the activities at a shrine? This level of strategic thinking shows we are dealing with calculated, organized criminal enterprises. Police have identified areas they consider kidnap-prone, including Igbugbu, Ijede, and the waterside areas, as well as the Idimu area. The case of kidnapping in Idimu was something they were able to checkmate and neutralize. This latest operation represents a significant victory in that ongoing battle. The timing of this discovery is significant given the broader context. Nigeria's kidnappings are predominantly for ransom, and the crisis has consolidated into a structured profit-seeking industry that raised some $1.66 million between July 2024 and June 2025, according to SBM Intelligence, a Lagos-based consultancy. This is not random crime anymore. This is an industry operating within our legitimate economy. What makes this more troubling is the evolution of kidnapping tactics. In what police have termed constructive kidnapping, criminals add potential victims as friends on social media, establishing false acquaintance. Once the victim's guard is lowered, kidnappers invite them to Lagos under the guise of romance. They send substantial amounts of money, up to 500,000 naira, and cover flight expenses. Upon arrival, victims are taken to 5-star hotels where their phones are seized and money transferred out. Police have rescued at least 16 ladies from this trap. It is termed constructive because victims unwittingly walk into the trap set for them. This sophistication is staggering, from street-level one-chance operations to elaborate social media schemes and shrine-disguised hideouts. Are you subscribed to this channel? If you are watching this far and finding value, subscribing takes 1 second and ensures you never miss critical security updates. In a mega city of over 20 million people, a single misleading claim can spark panic or deepen distrust within hours. This is why the Lagos State Police Command's decision to parade these suspects and tour journalists through the shrine matters. It demonstrates accountability and sends a message to other criminal elements. Under the leadership of Commissioner of Police Moshood Olaundere Idimu, the command has recognized that modern policing extends beyond patrols and arrests into public information. Transparency builds trust, and trust is essential when communities need to cooperate with law enforcement. But we must examine what this discovery tells us about community vigilance. How did a kidnapping syndicate operate undetected in a residential area? Were there signs that neighbors overlooked? Were there unusual movements of visitors that someone chose to ignore? Fighting organized crime requires organized communities. Security is not solely the responsibility of police. Suspicious activities should be reported. Unknown vehicles loitering should be noted. Police have warned members of the public, especially ladies, to be cautious when interacting with strangers online, advising people to say something when they see something. For those using public transportation in Lagos, the threat remains present. Avoid boarding buses that seem unusually empty or where passengers seem too familiar with one another. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. No appointment is worth your life. As we reflect on this story, we must acknowledge both the victory and the challenge. The arrest of 13 suspects and the dismantling of their shrine hideout is a win, but the existence of such an elaborate operation reminds us how much work remains. The criminals behind these syndicates will adapt. They will find new disguises and methods. The question is whether we can adapt faster. Can we build communities where such operations cannot take root? The shrine has been uncovered, the suspects are in custody, but the broader battle continues. Stay vigilant, stay informed, stay safe.